Coming up on Cardinals Insider.
Wainwright, his 39th birthday, he goes the distance. 23rd complete game of his career.
Waino goes the distance in an emotional performance. Plus,
Yadi, base hit into right. Carpenter being waved in along with Miller. Throw to the plate, and he is saved. Yadi back in the lineup, drives in two.
Yadi roars back into the lineup. And later,
you can always see Dex around the clubhouse. He's always got the biggest smile on his face and just a guy that people love being around.
Players talk about the veteran presence of Dexter Fowler. It's all ahead on Cardinals Insider. Welcome to Cardinals Insider. I'm Ozzie Smith. Adam Wainwright turned 39 on August 30th, and he celebrated by firing the 23rd complete game of his career. It was his first since 2016, and it came at the perfect time. With the bullpen running on fumes, Waino proved he's as good as ever.
The 0-2 pitch. Fly ball, left field. Carlson over. He has it! Wainwright, his 39th birthday, he goes the distance. 23rd complete game of his career.
Just had to take a little cry break, honestly. So I didn't want to bring that in here to y'all. A lot of hard work from a lot of different people have gone into making me able to pitch again this year and pitch well. When you think you're done 3 years ago, and then you're able to throw a complete game a couple years later, it's a crazy life, crazy game. I'm so blessed.
Curveball, strike three call. 9 strikeouts for Wainwright.
That was one heck of a birthday. That's the stuff the legends are made of right there. 4th all time now when Cardinal starts. Has a start against every major league team. I wrote it down in capital. That's what aces do. That's exactly what aces do. Aces take the ball, deliver when you need it.
I know our bullpen is taxed. The guys were tired and they just needed a break, and been fighting. I told Jenny last night I was going to pitch the whole game today. I told John Gann and a couple other relievers the other day, I said, take the day off. I got you. That's one of the coolest things I've ever had happen to me on the field, honestly. That meant a lot. I wanted to look over and give him a wave before that, but I didn't know if that was going to be showing him up, and then to have them kind of call me back out and to say, job well done, man. I tell you what, that was special. I'll never forget it.
To be honest, I couldn't sleep last night thinking about it. Really special to be in this moment with him, to be with him for many years, and on his birthday to do that. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's going to be a moment that we remember forever.
For a brief second, I forgot that we're living in a 2020 world right now where everything's a little bit different. So put on the mask. I know 6 feet apart is the real deal or whatever, but there is not anything in the world that could have kept me from hugging Yadier Molina right there.
Absolutely remarkable, and a hug from Yadier Molina.
The same day Waino went the distance, Yadier Molina also made history. He played his 2000th game and passed Red Schoendienst on the franchise hits list. Just like Adam, Yadi impressing is nothing new. In fact, on the day he returned from a bout with COVID, he collected a pair of hits and 3 RBIs. Here's a look back at that special return to the lineup.
And there are folks that are on their couch right now giving him a standing O.
And if cardboard cutouts could only speak.
Or stand, or clap, or cheer.
An overall complete game. He just impacts the game in every area. I mean, you mentioned the bat. He has nice approach, base hit the other way, 2-run single.
Yadi, base hit into right. Carpenter being waved in along with Miller. Throw to the plate, and he is saved. Yadi back in the lineup, drives in 2.
Infield single, his legs are under him. He's flying down that line.
And everybody is safe. A run will score to make it 4-3.
3 RBIs, like you mentioned. Did his usual job behind the plate, catching well, understanding what to call. Blocked amazing, as always.
Runner goes, chance for Yadi, throw to second, and goodbye.
Well, he comes back and he's ready to go, isn't he?
Oh, man, that was a laser throw. 2-6 on the caught steal.
Threw a guy out. I mean, that's just, showcase for what Yadi does on both sides of the ball.
Straight ahead on Cardinals Insider.
Dexter's a guy that loves to take care of the young guys, especially, when we go out to dinner, he's able, he invites all the young guys, he'll pay for us and he'll always show us a good time.
Teammates talk Dexter Fowler. Also coming up,
there's an announcement on a local station in St. Louis just kind of about my call-up and everything. I don't know, I just remember looking at my dad and just the feeling of him just being so happy for me because my dad's been pitching to me ever since I was, 5 years old.
Part 3 of our Major League Baseball debut series. Stay with us. Dexter Fowler is having arguably his best season in St. Louis, and it's been fun for everyone to watch, including his teammates.
And that's lifted in the air. Deep right, at the wall, gone! It's a home run, Dexter Fowler. Dexter has driven in 3 today.
Smile would be the first word. You can always see Dex around the clubhouse. He's always got the biggest smile on his face and just a guy that people love being around. Hilarious.
One last question. How's your golf game?
It's okay. We'll find out.
We will find out. And we're going to post the score later on.
The funny guy. The funny. You always love him.
Dexter's a guy that loves to take care of the young guys, especially, when we go out to dinner, he's able, he invites all the young guys, he'll pay for us and he'll always show us a good time.
Yeah, he's definitely a role model for a bunch of the guys.
Fowler back at the wall. He's got it. Oh, what a play by Dexter and right. He robbed him.
Outgoing, really. For somebody of his status, very outgoing with young guys, for sure.
Always smiling. Always in a good mood. Never really seen him mad, to be honest.
He's always got a smile on his face, great clubhouse guy.
Let's go.
Experienced. We rely on Dex for a lot of different things. He's been there. He's won a World Series with Chicago. He always seems to have a new take on things we talk about in the game, and I think it's great the way he gives his input.
This may drop. Fowler, though, is there to make the sliding catch.
He can also be a little tough on the edges, but he really does know a lot about this game, and we do value his experience, and that's something that has really pushed us over the edge as a group.
Straight ahead.
Gertie was a AAA pitching coach at the time. He came over, brought me into Stubbs' office, told me I was going. Got on the phone with my mom, emotional phone call.
The next installment of our series on call-up memories. That's ahead. The past 2 episodes, we've brought you call-up day memories. It's time for part 3 of that series. Take a look.
Bader trying to score. Throw to the plate. He's safe. He's safe. A night he'll never forget. Major League debut and scores the game-winning run. Bader tested Gonzalez, and the Cardinals walk it off.
My dad was in town visiting me, which is nice because he obviously was there with me when I got the call, A, and B, it was late enough in the day where there were no flights available and I wasn't gonna get there in time, so we just took an Uber from Memphis to St. Louis, and that's a super easy drive. But he was in the car, in the back seat with me the entire time, and I just remember getting, hundreds of messages, obviously, from friends and family, just congratulating me, which was nice. But I think the coolest part for my dad was just the Uber driver was listening to the radio, and as I guess he approached St. Louis, maybe he changed the station, but there was an announcement on the local station in St. Louis just kind of about my call-up and everything. And I don't know, I just remember looking at my dad and just the feeling of him just being so happy for me, because I've always said this about my career and will always say this moving forward, but it really is a team, team deal.
I was in AA when I got called up, and we had one more game left, and I hear on ESPN notable September call-ups, and I'm getting calls, and I'm like, and we're at a team party, and he's like, my name's going across ESPN, and I'm like, Peter Gammons is like, yeah, Dexter Fowler, he's getting called up, and I was like, what? So I asked my manager, we had still had a game tomorrow, and I was like, hey, am I getting called up? He was like, I haven't heard anything. I was like, well, you just said it on TV.
Gertie was a AAA pitching coach at the time. He came over, got me, brought me into Stubby's office, told me I was going, told me I was going to meet the team in San Francisco, which was exciting, being able to be on the West Coast and kind of have family, not have to make too long of a trip. And got on the phone with my mom, emotional phone call, and but that was just special. It was a kind of a whirlwind of a day.
Let's see what you got, young man. Come on in. Ryan Helsley will make his major league debut with 2 runners on and facing Christian Yelich. Welcome to the Bigs. This should be fun.
We just gotten back from San Antonio, I believe. We got to Memphis off the bus, back from the airport around 1 a.m. and I got off the bus, and Ben Johnson comes up to me and it's like, hey, you're going to the big leagues. And it was just a crazy moment, half asleep hearing that, So I woke right up, I called my parents, and it was about 2 o'clock when I called them. So they booked a flight and were able to make it up to Milwaukee the next day to watch me pitch.
And his first pitch in the big leagues, a strike. Ryan Helsley.
I got about an hour's sleep that night because I had to step and pack till about 3 a.m. and my Uber got there around 4:30 because I had a flight at 6 a.m. So it was not a fun night, but the next day made up for it for sure.
Love seeing this moment for any player. A dream realized, coming true. A major league debut.
Rob Kaminski made his major league debut this season. As our Brett McMillan shares, his road to the majors took some turns, but he's finally arrived.
When Rob Kaminski was selected 28th overall in 2013, his goal was to someday debut with the Cardinals.
It's strange being the new guy again, but it's easier at 25 years old than when I was 18. And when I got traded, I was 20. So going to a new organization and whatnot, he learned some good stuff.
Just a little over 2 years into his pro career, Kaminski was traded to Cleveland for Brandon Moss. But this past winter, a reunion came together.
Yeah, there's like a deadline for when teams could reach out as a minor league free agent, and didn't really talk to many other teams, to be honest with you. It was pretty they wanted me here and I wanted to come back, so it worked out well. I was excited to see Alex, Reyes. Me and him were pretty close, from Jersey together, so I kept in touch with him over the years. And then Jack, he's in my fantasy football league, so we talk and more argue than talk, all football season. So it was good seeing them too.
While some of the faces might be new, the brand of baseball is still unchanged.
Play hard and care about the guys behind you and care about the locker room, and they teach you a really good culture.
Finally, on August 16th, things came full circle, with Kaminski going from Cardinals draft pick to Cardinals big leaguer.
Had to leave the organization, came back, and now making his major league debut wearing the birds on the bat.
A long road, but worth the wait.
His first major league strikeout.
For Cardinals Insider, I'm Brett McMillan.
Coming up in a little while,
feel the ice and the coffee kind of simultaneously being presented to the front of your face. I think that is the most delicious way to consume a coffee.
How do the Cardinals take their coffee? Find out on this week's Ask a Cardinal. Tyler O'Neill is well known for his physique. So how does he stay in such great shape? We found out during Spring Training 2019. Take a look as we head into the Insider Archives.
A swing and a high fly ball. That's hit deep to left field. Tyler O'Neill just won the game. the Cardinals celebrate a 5-4 victory in 10 innings at Busch Stadium.
Tyler, I mean, we all see him. He's a strong guy. You know, he looks great. He plays the part for sure. We also know he works hard to get that. It doesn't just come naturally. So some of his big focus, he's power background. I mean, obviously we like to see those home runs. So most of his workouts are geared towards that.
Kind of break it down in the off season. I'll go on a 4-day muscle rotation, do my big muscle groups, so my legs, my back, my chest, and then I'll hit miscellaneous day on the 4th day, or whatever I'm feeling I didn't get a good enough workout in the previous days. And I'll do that in a certain structure where it's a pyramid, so I do a warm-up, a couple build-up sets to a max out, and then another cool down on every exercise that I do.
We actually take the guys, we'll do a little movement assessment with them, and we see what they need to work on. Typically in season, we know we don't have to work on strength. It's there. It's not, in season is not the time to build it up. These aren't marathon runners, so we don't need to train them like that. These are on the field, they're active for very short, 5 to 15 seconds depending on the play. So that's what the area of training we do for those guys. We want to make sure that they're ready to go for those 5 to 15 seconds. They have a fairly significant rest time, and they're ready to go and repeat.
It's really just who I am, how I am. It's my profile. This is what got me to the position that I am, to the big leagues, to getting drafted, to working my way up through the minors. Everything's worked for me that I've been doing. So I make sure that I stay on my power exercises, get my fast twitch muscles activated, and it's been working for me.
5, come on, one more. 6.
That's all I got, bro.
There you go. Attaboy.
This summer, the Cardinals and the Royals have teamed up to support those in need across the state. Here's how they're helping feed Missourians from east to west.
So the Step Up to the Plate campaign is a great opportunity for anyone to get involved. They can go on the St. Louis Area Food Bank website and learn more. They can go to the Cardinals.com site, and it's a simple financial donation. And what's wonderful about this is for every dollar we receive, the St. Louis Area Food Bank is able to distribute 4 meals to someone in need here in the bi-state family.
Cardinals fans can get involved by making a donation by visiting cardinals.com/hunger. So that's a fantastic way for our fans to get involved and really help make a difference for those that are in need during this time.
And Goldschmidt hits it out to center for a base hit.
One other thing we're excited about the Step Up to the Plate campaign with the Cardinals is it's a little competitive. So we're also working with the Kansas City Royals and Harvesters Food Bank, one of our other food banks that serves all of the counties here in the state of Missouri. There's 6 of us. So it's also a little bit of a friendly competition.
We don't often get a chance to partner together, and so they reached out knowing we were going to play each other twice this season, and we wanted to come up with something that engaged both our fan bases, but was able to do some true good within the communities.
But our goal, Cardinals Nation, is to try to raise $15,000 between now and September 24th, and that'll provide 60,000 meals right here in the bi-state region.
Coming up, I answer one of your questions during Ask Ozzie. It's time for this week's Ask Ozzie. Brent on Instagram wants to know, what is your favorite infield drill? Well, all infield is fun for me. But the one drill that I loved doing was getting on my knees and taking fungos from someone real close up so that I could take my feet out of it and use just my hands. So infield was also one of the things that I enjoyed doing, and it's one of those things that, if done well enough, as the Cardinals have always done, it was intimidating as well for the opposing team. So all infield is what I love to do. Thanks for the question, Brent. If you want to submit a question, head on over to cardinals.com/insider and click on the Ask Ozzie tab, and we'll be right back. Black, cream and sugar, cold brew. How do the Cardinals prefer their coffee? Let's find out on this week's Ask a Cardinal.
I've been ordering the nitro cold brews with the foam on top. That's my go-to right now.
Cold brew, black. Any kind of not homemade, but big name brand I like.
Usually it is a cold brew, black cold brew, nothing in it. And if it's possible, I would like to not use a straw.
I'm a very boring coffee drinker. Partly because I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't get any of the creamy drinks. So I usually just go with the drip coffee.
Just a regular coffee with some cream. That's it.
Go-to coffee order. If I'm at Starbucks, it's a red eye. If I'm at Dunkin' Donuts, it is a black French vanilla coffee with a little bit of cream.
When you take a sip out of a, I don't know what it would be called, just an open lid, an open container cup, and you can feel the ice and the coffee kind of simultaneously being presented to the front of your face. I think that is the most soothing way and the most delicious way to consume a coffee. Now, if it's extra cold, I might do a cappuccino if I'm feeling fancy, but it's 95% of the time it is a cold brew black, no lid, please.
Grande cold brew with light ice and then a shot of espresso. If I'm going later in the day, then I'm gonna get no espresso. It's pretty simple.
Dunkin' Donuts, their coffee cream, they put so much cream and sugar in it, it's just so delicious. Japan, great coffee. Good coffee in Japan.
That's it for this episode. You can always catch us online at cardinals.com/insider and on YouTube. And we'll see you next week.